Welcome to Life on Bourbon, the podcast. I'm Armando Leduc, creator of the sitcom Life on Bourbon. Every week, we'll pull back the curtain on the show, filmmaking craft, Bourbon Street mythology, character arcs, and real stories that inspired our wildest scenes. We'll talk lenses and line reads, budgets and bar fights, with cast, crew, and a few French Quarter legends. If you love creativity, story structure, and a little NOLA chaos, you're in the right bar. Grab a seat, let's roll.
All right, welcome to the Life on Bourbon podcast. I am your host, Wilson Robles, joined by the creator of Life on Bourbon, Armando Leduc. Pleasure to have you. I feel like very few people have lived on bourbon the way you have. So much so that it made you want to make a whole show about it. And I feel like one of the craziest things about bourbon is that you have to be like mad to love it. You know what I mean? Like how much time did you spend on bourbon? Like, did you actually live there?
8 years.
8 years. That's a long time.
Did I live on bourbon? I mean, as much as I worked on it, it felt like it. Because you would just, you'd work till like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. You'd go to sleep, and then you're right back at it at like 5, 6 p.m.
And you were a MC?
I was a DJ. I was an MC. I was a lead singer. I did the door. I was a door guy. That was the first job I had. Door guy. And then and I also worked at the strip club. I totally forgot about that. I got to add that to my jobs list.
To your resume?
Yeah. I've been putting together a list of jobs that I've had. I've had 75 jobs in my life.
Damn.
Everything from, working at Penthouse as a bouncer to, acting, ballroom, the whole nine. But anyway, yes. So I've done it. I haven't done it all. I wasn't a bartender, but yeah, Barker, DJ, MC, lead singer, and bouncer. And look, I even sold my movie Bourbon Whiz door to door on Bourbon Street.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like with Bourbon Street, it's very it's a really good mix of people, because you see some people like walking around like with their nice suits and all that stuff, and then you see like a crackhead on the street.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I feel like for you personally, did you always feel like you resonated more with like the craziness of the tourists, or like the local, or like the other people coming in from other places and stuff like that? Because I feel like it's very tourist heavy also.
Yeah. I think there's definitely different lives happening, or different scenarios. I just finished watching Dark Matter, so I'm like super into this like quantum realm multiverse type deal. Okay. But like it feels like a completely different world as a tourist, as somebody, working on the street itself, outside, to buskers, to people playing music, to actually people working in the clubs. And then within that community, there's these little I feel like it's like high school. You remember what high school was like?
Like a bunch of little cliques, but we're in the same building.
Yes.
And we're kind of trying to coexist with each other.
So all the clubs that were together were sort of one high school. Right? Yeah. The competing clubs were the other high schools. And then within the clubs, you had the different, the different like types of people,
you
right?
See the other high school, you're like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Right. We were always in, but it wasn't like, it was a competition thing, but it wasn't that like we all were sort of trauma bonded. I think that's the proper word. Is that when you go through Mardi Gras on Bourbon Street and like in Essence Fest and Bayou Classic and like all these huge events that roll through the city, and you work with these people, like you create a bond with these people. Yeah. And that's why, and it's nuts, right? It's just such a crazy environment. And so, and because it's the road is also so small, like everything's on top of each other. It's like other cities, like,
like what, Chicago?
Avenue 6 or something like that in Austin that tries to be like Bourbon Street. Doesn't really have that vibe, right? Because it's just like everything's so compact on that street. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's just like it's like a gauntlet.
It's not that big either or long.
Right. It's not that long. It's super short, but everything is just like in your face. Smells, sight, taste, sound, like the whole thing is just like people touching you. It's just like
bumping is insane.
All of the senses are like on max overload from like the moment you get there to the moment you leave. Yeah. Especially when it's like Mardi Gras and it's just like bumper to bumper traffic.
Yeah,
and
I don't go out
everybody's
there
on.
during Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it's
Because
just
it's too much. So
it was crazy.
Speaking to Mardi Gras, would you say that's like one of the best times to go to Bourbon? Not really more so for the crowd, but like, or one of the worst times to be out there.
Depends on where you're at mentally. Depends on where you're at. If you're there, you know, on a bachelorette party, and you're looking, you know, for that, you know, once in a lifetime bucket list experience, then I think there's no other place like it on earth. Because it's just such a, you will run into something's
gonna happen.
Something's
if you
gonna
go to Bourbon,
happen.
something's gonna happen. That's a guarantee.
100%.
So living or working on Bourbon for so long as you did, what's like one of the craziest experiences you had in the nightlife out there? Out of your many ones that you probably have.
I don't know if I could share some of them because it's just insane. But I will share them through the lens of Life on Bourbon, the show, which is why I wanted to do that too, right? I wanted to create this show, one, to like tell my life story through this medium, and through the lens of Bourbon Street, because it was such an impactful part of my life. You know, I moved to New Orleans when I was 25, and I worked on Bourbon Street from when I was 25 till about 33, 34.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Peak was on Bourbon.
Yeah. So I became who I am today, a large part because of Bourbon Street. Yeah. You know what I mean? Learning, you know, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's just, you know, it's just kind of embedded into my fiber, right? Like having a microphone every night and performing for all kinds of people from all over the world, China, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Europe, you know, South America, like, and you would have to entertain people from all walks of life and keep them in the club, right? Because it was super competitive too, right? Like as an MC, your job was to entertain people and keep them there, right? So I used to joke with my boy Jesse, who was also an MC on Bourbon, really good friend. We used to be like, we're like Visa, right? We're accepted everywhere. You know what I mean? Because you just had to like do that. But back to your question, as far as craziness is concerned, oh man.
I feel like we're unlocking memories here.
Yeah. Well, I was like, is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one? I remember, this is a tame one, but what was her name? She was from Egypt. I don't know if she's still out there, but she was this older lady named Elsa, something like that.
Okay.
She's from Egypt, and she would just come around. She's like late 60s, early 70s.
Oh.
And she would just walk through I was a MC on Bourbon Street, and she every day she would just come through, flash everybody, and roll out. But like that was her thing. Like she just lived there. she was
just walk around for a daily flashing.
She like, yeah, she was just like, stop. It was like she was
a tame one.
She was like paid to do it. Like it almost felt like the city. Yeah, it felt like the city paid her to come around and make sure that she, you know, that she did that, which I thought would be another fun concept where where the city's like, hey, we got to keep this, we got to create circumstances to make sure that this place stays authentic. So they have this committee where it's like, all right, we gotta stage these robberies, right? Like muggings, so that we can stay consistent with the vibe of what New Orleans is like.
Right.
It reminds me of a meme. It was like what people think New Orleans is like. It was like somebody getting mugged, right? It's like what New Orleans is really like: beignets, Mardi Gras, somebody getting mugged.
It's like a fancy mugging.
It's a fancy mugging.
So what would you say is one of the biggest things that keeps you here in New Orleans and still, because I know you still go out to Bourbon every now and again, maybe not as much as before, but like what's one of the reasons you stick around?
In New Orleans specifically, it's just, to me, it's an easy place to live, easy to get around, lots of things to entertain. Love going on the North Shore to go tubing during the summertime.
Yeah. Oof.
And it's just a good vibe when you're trying to be inspired to create if you just spend some time in the French Quarter and
Yeah.
you go to these you go to these clubs, Frenchman Street, and you're seeing these musicians bringing this like new concepts and just flavor. For me, it's super inspiring. It's what drove me to come here in the first place in 2005. Right before the storm, I moved here for the acting career, and it was just like such a great place. Like it's one of these places that when you come here, either you love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
Like
really
there's no other way. And I used to think when I first moved here, I was like, I'm gonna change this city. Be like, no. You are changed by the city. You adapt and you just go with the flow of what the city is like. So it could be good, it could be bad, but that's life anyway, right? There's good and bad and everything.
Yeah. I think New Orleans is a really special place for sure. Because like you said, a lot of different people. And I was surprised at the amount of tourism that it really gets. Like most people you talk to, they're tourists or like looking for something.
Yeah.
Like where's the cathedral and all that good stuff. With you being on Bourbon for as long as you did, what's like a real special interaction that you've had with someone? Like, because like Bourbon, like you meet someone one night like at 3 a.m. you're talking and never talk to them again.
Total, dude. It's so crazy. I was walking home one night, and it was one of those nights on in the French Quarter where the air is thick and it's foggy, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And like nobody's on there. It's like a Tuesday, right? And I just got done emceeing. And I'm walking down Decatur and I'm hearing this music coming from a place. And I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Especially on Decatur to hear that. And there was this little RV and I walk up and like, there's like a sort of a storefront. And inside it looked like the inside of like a vampire's bedroom, right? Like red drapes everywhere and candlelight and things. And there's a like an upright piano, and this girl is playing music. Nobody else is there. Like there's nobody. It like almost feels like this is a setup, right?
Okay.
So I'm walking and I'm hearing this music, and I just stop by and I'm just looking and listening. She's like, "You want a dark and stormy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so she makes me a dark and stormy, and then she's like, "You want me to play you some music?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like,
okay,
cool. So I'm drinking this dark and stormy while she's like playing
private concert,
playing this like classical music. I finished a drink, say thank you, and then I roll out. But like, what a crazy.
That's a hell of a side quest.
Yeah, it was just like, it was super random. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what happens in the French Quarter is like a lot of these. If you go to the French Quarter and you set the intention that you're looking for an adventure, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
You will find it.
A couple of them in one night too.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You just kind of get swept away.
That's a beautiful thing about it.
It is.
I really do admire that about the place where we live. What do you think?
Yeah, you're not going to go to Nebraska and be like, all right, I want an adventure. Be like,
let's go cow tipping. That's right. About it. You know what I mean?
Like no shade to Nebraska. But, but it's just, but there's just not. It's just not. It's never happened to me. Right. It's happened to me in different cities, like Buenos Aires. It happened to me in Buenos Aires.
Okay.
Which was cool. It had a really similar vibe. Like there was a street there that was kind of like Bourbon, but not like club. It was just like these little kiosks where you can buy things. But like this thing was deep, like further than Bourbon Street. But like ended up, I was walking down the street and this like drumming circle happened and.
Oh, nice.
And ended up, at this like area where they were like just blasting salsa music, and I was just hanging out there till like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was super cool, So it was one of those, had a similar vibe to it.
Yeah. What do you think is one of the best life lessons you've learned on Bourbon Street?
To enjoy life now, right? Like, I think people, when they're there, they just want to let loose. They want to have a good time. The music definitely helps with that. Alcohol definitely helps with that. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's one of those things that's just like, if you're not there to have a good time, you probably need to go.
Yeah, or you're going to have a horrible time.
Or you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, because everyone's there just getting fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I feel like on Bourbon Street, it's real interesting because, like I said earlier, like there's like so many different people. Like you have like the nice classy folks, and like they're all there at the same time, but they're all really there for like the same reason, like you said, to just have a good time.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people forget that, like, New Orleans was once like a colony of the French. You know what I mean? Everyone who was sent here was like, prisoners or stuff like that. Nobody wanted over in France. So they sent them over here, and that kind of fed into the culture of like, we just don't care.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing and then a bad thing as well, because we just don't care about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you look at the roads, or you look at some way people handle themselves and stuff like that. I think that, but there is like a beauty in that. And I think that, what do you think is one of the things that's like most underrated about that? Because people just look at it like, oh, bars, drinks, whatever, but there's always like a little stuff under it.
It's got an island vibe to it, right? Like when I go to Puerto Rico and Viejo San Juan, it's very similar to the French Quarter, because it's just everybody's on island time, right?
Yeah.
And it just has this island time feel, even though, we're not next to a beach. But it has that laissez les bon temps rouler, like let the good times roll. What are you doing? Like chill out. Why are you know what I mean? Like, and during Mardi Gras, like either you leave or you do Mardi Gras, right? Like there's no other, you don't have the choice here. You know what I mean? And like, I find that when you let go and you give into the city, like it rewards you. There was a really cool story about an American that goes to Mexico or a Latin American country. And he talks to this fisherman, and the fisherman, and he goes, why don't you like make this a business? He's like, well, oh no, he said, what do you do all day? He's like, oh, I go and I fish, and then I come back and I spend time with my family and my friends, and I play guitar, and I go to the bar, and then, and I enjoy my life. And he's like, well, why don't you start a business with this, with your fishing company? Well, and then what would I do? He's like, well, then you would hire people so that they could run it for you. Okay. Then what would I do? And he's like, well, then you would, scale it up to like 8-9 figures, right? Then what would I do? Right. Then you would set it up to sell the business, right? And move to New York. And then what would I do? Right? Like, well, then once you sell your business and everything like that, then you can move to, a place like this and fish when you want, and spend time with your family when you want, and play guitar, and, the same things that he was doing now. Right. It's like, so it's like, okay, well, what are we doing? What are we enjoying life? And I think that people here understand that concept.
Yeah.
Bringing people together to like, to have a crawfish boil, bringing people together to go to a parade, bringing people together to enjoy Jazz Fest and all of these festivals and things like New Orleans is a big place that the culture of the city is about bringing people together.
That's what I think. You really have to be open to that as well, because it can be a lot at times, especially once alcohol and like 2 a.m. hits and gets all that good stuff.
Sure.
That's great. I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire real quick.
Great.
See where your head's at. All right. What's one drink you regret ordering on bourbon?
The hand grenade.
Yeah, I would have gone hurricane.
Hurricane as well.
Yeah. Best late night food spot.
Copper Monkey.
What is one song you hear that instantly makes you think New Orleans?
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? New Orleans.
Okay. One word to describe Bourbon Street.
Raucous.
Okay, I like that. Sunrise or last call?
I like the mornings now. Back in the day, last call. Now, sunrise.
Okay. And Bourbon Street or Frenchman Street? A little classier.
I think it depends on where I'm at mentally. If I'm just like, all right, guys, we're blowing it out, we're going to have a good time, then you're going to go to Bourbon Street. If you want to hear some new music, that's not cover, and, kind of get a vibe of the local feel and up and coming artists that are coming out, then Frenchman Street for sure.
Okay. And what's the craziest job? Because you've had multiple out there. Yeah. What's the craziest job you had out there on Bourbon Street?
Craziest? I definitely bouncing at a strip club.
Pretty sure that was fun.
Not really. It was just,
No?
it was crazy. It was just crazy. Like you just had
Yeah,
that.
I can
It was just
imagine.
that vibe is just crazy.
I got one coworker that got roofied when he went to the strip club.
Yes.
$8,000 of debt in one night.
Dude,
But anyway.
they'll roll you.
And last question. Who's someone everyone should know in the city?
Trixie Minx. She's a burlesque dancer, but she's funny. You should follow her.
I might.
She's funny. She's got funny content.
You had me at burlesque dancer. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah. But she's great. She's been doing it for a while. She runs a company called Florida Tees. And and yeah, she's a really fun person. Talk about a person that like, you know, just lives life, right? Like she's definitely one of those people. And my boy Magic Mike, who's stand-up comic, improviser, but you know, world-class magician that lives here and super cool dude. Yeah. And everybody, I think everybody should know him.
Yeah.
Follow
Shout out to
him.
Magic Mike.
He's like a squirrel whisperer. He has
Is he
squirrels.
really?
Yeah. He's like Snow White. He's like, he sings and animals.
Yeah,
just show up.
when the first time I met him, I would never even thought that he was a magician or something like that. I thought he was like a stay-at-home dad or something like that. You know what I mean? Just like a cool guy.
Yeah. The way he looks now, though, he definitely looks like
Yeah.
a magician with his long hair.
Okay, great. Love it. Well, this was great, Armando. Pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Can't wait to keep working with you on Life on Bourbon, making it happen. And pretty sure we'll make some more crazy bourbon stories down the line.
100%.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Stay tuned for the next episode of Life on Bourbon podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for hanging out at Life on Bourbon, the podcast. If you dug this, follow, subscribe, drop a rating and review, and share it with a friend who always orders the old-fashioned. Want your question on the show or a topic you want to unpack? Filmmaking, character backstory, or quarter lore? Let us know. Link in the show notes. Until next time, tip your bartender, protect your lenses, and keep the story rolling.